very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and our distinguished guest. I'm privileged enough to welcome you all today in this informative and interactive webinar. As we navigate through in our life, it becomes very crucial for us to seek guidance from those who possess immense experience in their respective domains. And with this, I would like to introduce our esteemed guest. Miss Chandrika Mukherjee is currently pursuing MS in Computer Science at Purdue University, and she has completed her Bachelor in Technology from Department of Computer Science and Engineering from NIT Durgapur in the year 2019. From April 2018 to December 2018, she worked as a part-time research intern in Kalyani Government Engineering College on post-disaster situation analysis and resource management using DISARM. Further, she did her internship at IIT Kharagpur on peer-to-peer live video streaming based on scalable video coding. She did work as a full stack developer and also as an active member of code management activities before interning with messaging health signal intelligence team at Meta from May 2022 to August 2022. Besides all this remarkable feats, she is enthusiast and had been a member of StickMickey. So before I do move forward, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to Ms. Chatterjee for accepting our invitation and her willingness to share with us her valuable insights. Thank you. And before further ado, I would like to invite Ms. Chatterjee to take the virtual stage and commence this webinar. Thank you.
Hi, Shomili. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, sir, for inviting me and all of your kind words. Yeah, I'm very happy to be here and talk to all the students. Yeah, thank you so much. Well, I have a presentation for today for all of you. I will be sharing my journey from an NITDGP to Purdue. Yeah, just interrupt me anytime you have any question. So as you can see, I am taking this call from my balcony of my apartment. Um, yeah, I live very near to campus. So normally Purdue looks like a village, but yeah, it's good. It's very beautiful, and you have a lot of trees, and it's a very beautiful campus. So yeah, I will discuss all those things. All right, so I will start my presentation about my journey from NITDGP to Purdue. I have some pieces of advices for all of you. People mostly in their initial years of BTech. So yes, I was a student 1 week back, but yeah, I converted to PhD here at Purdue. So I am Chandrika, and I am a CS PhD student at Purdue University. Uh, and I will just tell what was my journey. So I did my BTech from NITDGP in Computer Science and Engineering from 2015 to 2019. After that, I worked as a software engineer at HSBC for 2 years. Then I came for MS in Computer Science here at Purdue in 2021. Uh, I have done a software engineering internship at Meta in 2022 summer, and now I have started my PhD here at Purdue. Um, I would start with my beginning at NITDGP. So when I joined NITDGP, I did not have any CS background. I was a biology student. I believe there are some of you who did not have any CS background. They're in CS or they want to pursue computer science or software engineering in future, and they feel like they're very scared. Many people are ahead of themselves, like ahead of them, and so I have some pieces of advice to you that don't be scared and enjoy the learning. I have some advices like you should start solving problems. You can find multiple online platforms. You can select any easy, medium, hard level questions. Try to use your own knowledge. Maybe use brute force solution and complete that solution. You can also try to make a group of friends and try to solve some problems. In that way, you can get some perspective, same multiple perspective to solve a particular problem. And keep on practicing. Eventually you will figure out the patterns while solving problem. So yeah, while in NITGP, while you are doing your CS or EC or some other or you are in some other branches, at some point you probably will need coding experience. I think it's good to start early. Also, like, try to solve problems effectively. Okay. And please interrupt me anytime. I will be happy to answer. So yeah, this photo I have put some of the photos that I have taken during my NGB years. So yeah, this is one of my first photos in Hall 7. This domain. So say you are new to everything and you want to learn something, you want to build your resume, you want to have multiple skills. So you need to learn something new, right? Say you are learning a new programming language. You should understand what is the motivation of using it. You should understand what is the practical use. Where am I going to use them in future? So understand that, develop an app, complete the features, whatever. Say you are trying to make a game, and you have a visualization by yourself, like you want to make this. Complete that, your thoughts, solve the problem, uh, maybe contribute to the GitHub or open source, any. But you should always remember, it's kind of, I also follow this, that do not have an expectation that you have all the knowledge for a particular thing every time. You will have to have this kind of ability to solve a problem. So suppose you are taking an internship in somewhere or you are doing a full-time job, you probably will never know what is their software stack or what is the technology they work on. So you have to build your problem solving ability to be able to use technology any and solve the problem. So focus on that. After doing that, you just learn something new and repeat this. Okay. So these are kind of my advice so that you can excel while doing programming, and just keep on practicing and keep on learning. Okay. All right. So when I was in my first year, definitely, and when even in my second year, I had a lot of confusions about what to do next. So yes, I was doing CS there, but I was not sure that if I should go for research, I should go for industry, or should I do MBA? Or it was a very confusing time for me. But I also took guidance from my seniors, and I felt like, okay, uh, to decide, it's better to have some experience before to explore that domain. So I started to explore the research area. I worked in the Mobile Computing and Network Research Lab in NITDGP under Dr. Subhrata Nandi and Sujay Shah, and worked with great seniors and mentors and also juniors. Um, it was a very good experience. I could learn and also I could perform and also motivate juniors to work on that project and then manage, like, to take a leadership or ownership in the project. I did a research internship at CNURJ, like Complex Network Research Group in IIT KGP, and published a workshop paper. So these experiences were really important uh, going ahead, because I have come here for higher studies. So yeah, I have some advices. So I started a bit late for this. I feel, because if you are in a TGP already, you should have access to many professors, and they are working in their own research areas. Uh, I think I also had one confusion that which domain I should work on, like exactly where in computer science, and I was very confused uh, until unless I started the networking in my third year. I liked that subject, and I went to talk with Dr. Subhrata Nandi, like my professor. But before that, I did not have any idea of where to go, how to talk with them. So I would say start early, and even if you do not know, just talk with the professors, take out your time, talk with them, schedule a meeting, and understand what they're doing in their research. Talk with many people, but yeah, not like that you are selecting one topic and leaving it, not like that. Just understand that what is their research area, what are they working on, and they then select a topic that excites you. Work with the masters and PhD students. You will learn a lot. And selected, like you have selected some particular research group, some particular project, I would say continue and push for progress. Try to have a research paper by the end of your college. Like, it will be good if you are going for a higher study. Even if not, if you have some research experience, that's going to matter a lot. Also, you will have more confidence in solving some research oriented problems. Okay. um, and on the way you will still have some doubts about yourself, so you will be confused still. But I believe that it's better to do something than doing nothing, and with this you will be able to explore the research area, right? So yeah, while doing all those things, doing research, I did not have any software industry experience, even if I was doing competitive coding, programming with my friends and all those things, but I did not have software industry experience. I talked with my seniors back then, and then I thought that it's good to have an experience uh, back in the industry. So I would like to solve some industry level problems or communicate with my manager, teammates, business to like to basically push changes to production and also manage time. Because generally, while you will be working in any industry, you will be having a time bound task. You have to complete them, and not from only your side. You have to complete it, like, wholly. You have to from a CS background, from a CS industries type, you have to complete the coding, you have to do the testing, you have to ensure that everything works accordingly, and then the task will be completed. So all those skills are very important and can be very helpful going forward, even if you're coming for higher study here or maybe in India or anywhere else in any other domain. All these skills will be very important, not like learning the programming language that you can do by yourself, uh, but collaborating with people, those skills are very important. So after my final year, I took a job at HSBC as a software engineer. So I got placed from college. Yeah. And so, so if some of you want to go for higher studies, there are multiple options. Like, you can do masters with non-thesis, you can do MS thesis or PhD. So for non-thesis, you generally do not require a research background, but you will need some connection. So you need to submit your letter of recommendation. So it's better to have them from the people you have directly worked with. So research can help you in that way as well, even if you are going for non-thesis and you plan to work in the industry afterwards. For thesis people or PhD, it's very good to have a research background. It does not have to be very sophisticated, like it does not have to be very uh, standard. Like, you can have just one paper, or you can have one two papers in different domains, but if you can show that yes, you have worked in some research problems before, with collaborated with other people, that can be good points on you. Okay. Also, the work experience. So say you do not have a research experience, or even if you have a work experience, will be also uh, like will make your chances higher at getting acceptance, like from the universities. So because say you are working, so I told that all these things that you will learn all these abilities while you are working in the industry, and with that you will be able to handle any deadline while you are uh, a student, you are doing your homework or you are doing a research, you have a paper deadline, all those things. So yes, a research and a work experience, I think, will matter. So even if, say, somebody wants to do higher studies just after BTech, and they have at least a software engineering internship experience, that also makes sense. Like, you have some research and also a software engineering internship experience, then you can just go for MS or PhD direct after BTech. Okay, so that's also possible. Anybody has any question? I actually did not see. Okay, right. Uh, okay. So yes, this is one of the
Ma'am, I had a
pictures
question.
from. Yeah, yeah,
To
sure.
interrupt you, but I had a
No, no.
question. You said
Mhm.
about our chances of getting about our chances of our application being a success, whether it be a thesis
Yeah.
based or a non-thesis based course. But
Mm-hmm.
could you tell us a bit more about the eligibility, that factor for application to these programs? About what are the factors that
Mm,
make us eligible apart from the research experience?
So, so different universities have. I'm really sorry for the noise. There is like Purdue Airport nearby. So there are different factors which are considered in accepting students in different universities. So for Purdue itself, uh, I believe they considered. So I am not directly connected to the people who select, but okay. I believe for MS, you should have a decent CGPA. In Purdue, it is checked, but not all universities. And also, I think for non-thesis, it's not required to have a research experience here at Purdue, because I have seen many students without any research experience here, but they all had some work experience. So I believe some kind of uh, work experience matters, and they will check for, like, why are you interested in that particular field, or why are you switching from some particular domain to this. So what's your motivation? That is the kind of thing I believe they are looking for, but it depends on the university. That's why, like, while applying, we should apply for multiple universities. Some university have different expectation out of you. Did I answer your question?
Thank you, ma'am. I had just one more question.
Hmm. Yeah.
When you were applying for this for these universities, at
Hmm.
approximately when did you start preparing for all the exams required? I think these universities require
Yeah.
GRE or TOEFL exams like that. So could you please
Yeah,
tell us?
yeah, sure. I will actually be covering those slides too, like about application. So I think, yeah, I will answer at that point, or maybe I can just tell you. So basically, I started. So I did not do it during my BTech, right? So I was working at that time. Uh, so I think I took GRE during October or November, I believe, and then I had time till January first week to apply to multiple universities for the fall session, and I did
I
that.
believe
You should do it early as well. Like, there are some earlier. So if you apply early, say they have started their or opened their portal at during October. Try to apply by start of November maybe, because early application can have like good effects on your submitted application. So people can see your application better way, and then you will not have a so they will not have a rush to. Even sometimes the people who submit later, their letters are not even accepted or seen sometimes. Okay, so whenever you are planning to apply early. Get all of your materials in your hand, all the exams done, all the SOPs written, and just send it early. Okay, that's my suggestion.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
ma'am, one more question.
Yeah.
Is it better to pursue a job before applying for masters after graduation? Like, does it increase the profile and all? Like, make the profile a bit better?
So after BTech, you mean, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, that's what I was saying. So for Purdue, I have seen that many people came for masters, non-thesis masters, and they did not have any research experience, but they had some 1 or 2 years, I think 2 or 3 years of work experience. Yes, so I would say if you have some time to, like, say you have a greater goal that you will come for higher studies, uh, but you also want to have some experience, and it's always better to have that. Like, do not extend it like for 5 years if you have a goal for higher studies, but at least work for at least 2 to 3 years, I would say. That would definitely boost your chances, I think.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I will continue then. So yeah, so as I was saying, that if you are hoping to do higher studies in future, you should have some research and industry experience. And it's better for you to decide, because if you do not do it, like, you have to then rely on somebody else's experience. And when you understand, okay, you do not like research, or you do not want to be in industry or something like that, that will be easy for you to decide the next steps, right? So yeah. Yeah, I started working in at HSBC from 2019. I was in Pune. I was working as a full stack Java developer for a global credit module team. And this is one of the pictures taken during Christmas. So yeah. Uh, so as a fresher, I learned a lot. My team was really good. Their product was, um, so we had a lot of work about to so we were following agile. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the software cycles, but we were following agile, and we had uh, like good collaboration within team. We had good objectives as well. So yeah, but one thing would be my advice would be, if you are going for an industry, be proactive, try to learn, take up new and challenging tasks. Otherwise it sometimes will be boring after some time, that you will probably think, okay, you will become comfortable in that particular area, but you will not learn anything. Okay, so yeah, be proactive, and if you can switch to other teams in the same company, that would be also good. Okay. Okay, now I'll be talking about the applications for MS. So as I mentioned that I applied during my work, like when I was working for HSBC. So I took GRE, I took TOEFL, but GRE was not mandatory, and I think it's also not mandatory for many universities now. Purdue does not need GRE, but it needs TOEFL. Um, so if you are applying for universities that requires GRE, I would say complete it. Like, if you are willing to go just after BTech, take it during your third year, maybe in sixth or seventh semester, and then you will have some time to complete your SOP and LOR, letter of recommendations. So do that. I would say complete the exams by third year, and then in fourth year you start applying. All right. So you will have to write a statement of purpose. You have to say that why are you interested. Say you are coming from mechanical to computer science. That's also possible, by the way. And it does not. So if you can show that, okay, you are interested and you have done this kind of work before, that's why you are interested to change your field. They will definitely accept you if you have good reasons. Okay. So you can change from different branches. You have to show that what are your objectives during you are doing MS or PhD or afterwards. And also one good thing, like if you are applying to Purdue here, they have a word limit, so you have to write the SOP within like 500 words. It's almost a page. So do not exceed the limits. What happens, sometimes people apply and because they did not consider their like limits, or they did not follow their rules, they will not even see your application. So do not, like, don't do that. Just read the instruction, what are their expectation out of your application, follow that. Normally you will require 3 letter of recommendation. So I suggest that get at least 2 from your professor. Say you are applying for PhD, I think at least take 2 from your professors, or maybe other from your manager during your internship in third year. Uh, And at that point, I would just like to highlight that uh, if you had done some research with some professors, that time it works. Like, even if you did not have a publication, suppose, but the professors worked with you, it will be very easy to get a letter of recommendation from those professors who you have worked with, not like you have taken a course, because they will not remember you, right? Uh, so yeah, so please consider while you are in NIT to work with the professors. I know at NIT some point during my my journey, or during when I was doing my BTech, people were like in CS, people are more inclined towards getting a job after BTech, and not many people did research. Uh, so I would say it's you definitely have a choice, but you can definitely utilize this time to do some research and understand what this field looks like. Um, my recommendation is at least apply for two safe colleges, two moderate colleges, and one ambitious colleges. This is like my recommendation, not hard. If you have more interest in some other colleges, please apply, but at least apply for some safe colleges, because you will be doing your GRE, TOEFL, and you need some like, okay, a certainty that I will at least go to this college, right? Yeah. So while selecting university, I told that you can select safe, moderate, ambitious. So uh, based on your field, or the department you are in, there are different good departments and some bad college, like not bad, I would say uh, some lower ranked colleges, or maybe very not very good departments in high ranked colleges too. So select your university based on the professor you would like to work with if you are doing master's thesis or PhD. Um, and then you should think about the department, and then think about the rank of the university. So first, be sure about the professor. Say you are applying for a PhD, you can have a you can email that professor and understand their requirement. Probably, if you are selected, you will have a interview with them for PhD, not for masters. So then you can talk and understand if you would like to work with them, if you'd like to work with that group, and then only select that that research group. And always prefer the professor you will be working with, not the university. Okay. So here in US, all multiple universities are like, say, Purdue is similarly ranked with many other universities, but um, you can you can select any of them. It does not matter really, but it depends when what which professor you select, under whom you will be working. So yeah. Also, yeah, there are other concerns. So living cost, there are semester fee, rent, utilities, all those things. Also location. Maybe you want to live in a area where there are jobs, like industry nearby. Maybe somewhere you want something else. The weather can be an important fact too. So yeah, all those things. Consider all those things and then decide your selected universities. All right, even if you after you get some acceptance. So for computer science people, you can use this website. So csrankings.org. So here you can just select so you can select all areas and check that which universities come at top. And if you click on these blue buttons at the left, you can see all the professors there, and the top professors you can see. Okay. And say here, Purdue is really good in computer security. Can you see the rank here too? But then if you like select all the areas, maybe Purdue will come at 15, 16, something like that. So yeah, based on your selected domain, say you want to work in computer networks, put that here and check that which universities are good. It is based on the publications of professors of different universities. So this is legit, and you can use that. Okay. Yeah. So This is one of the tools, but for other, maybe the EC people can use this too. But for other departments, I think there should be other ranking systems, but uh, rely on something which is like good, not like a news article. This says that okay, this is higher ranked university, but it's not. So be very aware, and also talk to the people who are actually in that college. Use LinkedIn, connect with them, they will help you. uh, Not many, but some of them will help. Okay, so talk with them before deciding to go for a college. um, the weather, I told, like, the living cost here at Purdue is good, but the weather is extreme. Okay, so during December, November, you will see like it's covered with snow. Last December reached like minus 40 degrees for a particular week. But yeah, Purdue campus is very pretty, and departments are very good. Purdue is a research university, so you will have a lot of people to work with. Good, like they have good background, and you can bring your own ideas. This is the best thing about here, because I have come here in USA. I see that you can work in whatever domain you select. The professors are, based on your research group, they are happy to go with your ideas. Okay, and you see Purdue have Neil Armstrong was alumni of Purdue, so uh, Purdue is a highly ranked university, and especially for CS, aerospace, electrical, mechanical, civil, and agriculture. Okay, um, so if you're applying, just look at Purdue as well. So yeah, there are some bad and good effects. So Midwest, this is in Midwest of USA, so it's snowy and very windy nearby Chicago, so it's very windy. Living cost is low, but it's rising now. But you can still find some housing which is off campus, like which is a little far. You have to take some commute, like bus, public bus, which are free though, but you can use them. Tuition fee is like frozen for multiple years. Um, for internship jobs, so there are no nearby industry. Okay, Purdue, you have to go to some other places like California. So see, for CS interviews, you have to take it from online mostly. But if you have on-site, then you have to probably go to California and New York or all those places. Not in Purdue mainly, not in West Lafayette, the area Purdue in. And beautiful campus. So yeah, these are the good things about Purdue. Okay, so while I started my master's at Purdue. I got an internship offer from Meta. To get an internship at Meta, the lit code is your best friend, as I said, that you have to practice a lot, or you have to at least be familiar with the question patterns that can be asked. How to get a referral. So it's not like Purdue will arrange an interview for you, okay, or any university for such. You will just go to an university, they will not arrange an interview for you. You will have to find it by yourself. You have to be active. You have to see LinkedIn. You have to connect with people who are currently working in all those industry, okay. So use LinkedIn. Try to send not like blank messages. You have to send your CV. You have to ask if they can give you a referral. You have to ask multiple people, maybe 50, 100 people, and then you will get some replies. So I got a referral from a Purdue alumni, and then I just so after referral, the so for Meta they reached back, and then they asked for my CV, and I got two interviews. Like yeah, first I think got my first interview, and then I got another interview afterwards. So I had to solve two problems, coding problems in each interview. I had 45 minutes, and I had to understand the problem, discuss their requirement, the some solution, efficient solution, discuss the runtime, code it up, and then also run through test cases. So that dry run kind of, you don't have to run the program and the coding editor. You have to just tell them how your code will solve that problem and get the output. Okay, so this is the way of getting internship at Meta here, but also at any company. No university will arrange an interview for you. Okay, you have to get it by yourself. Any questions here? All right. So yeah, I will talk about my work at Meta. So one of my best experience, as I mentioned. So I worked in Messenger. So one of the infra teams in Messenger, it's a privacy related team. So they were looking for, say, for example, if Messenger is pushing a new change to production, before that they wanted to analyze if that change is causing any sensitive harm to the sensitive data of people. Okay, so I had to work on that project. I had 3 milestones, so like every intern had 3 milestones over the 3 months of internship. They will you have to work very fast, like kind of push. You have to start pushing your code from the day one or at least week one. You will have a lot of like expectation during that internship. You will have your manager, but your manager will not be the only one that will guide you. You will have peers. You will get feedback from them. You have to show your work to everybody. You have to like lines of code was also important that I understood, and how many lines of code you wrote. Then obviously there are presentations and everything. And this is Instagram in New York office. So I was in the New York office. Yeah. Um, so yeah, I mostly work in React and Python, and that I told that this project was focusing on privacy. We wanted to see graphically that if before releasing any feature, does it impact the privacy of any user? Okay, this was the broad idea. So yeah, this was kind of like my last or second last day with all my teammates. They came from different uh, parts of like some of them were from Seattle, some of them from California. My manager was with me in the NY. Okay, all right. So done with the Meta experience. So do you have any question? I mean, for interview preparation, use LeetCode, start coding, uh, code your own solution, understand the efficient solution. They have an expectation during those interviews that you will have to you have to show the efficient solution. When here there is a difference between India's interview and here's interview. So in India, say if you are solving a problem for a particular company, uh, sometimes if you do something wrong, there is chances that you will not get the job. It happens. But here, if you are confused for a particular point of time, they will guide you. Okay, not tell you the solution, but they will guide you to reach to that solution, and that's good. That's not bad. That shows that you can collaborate with them. You can talk with them and understand from their input. So those are very important things. And in USA right now, there are some other difficulties going on in the software industry, but I think it will be good again. But yeah, there are some opportunities here.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
so what are the previous experiences of internships helped you at your work to getting that internship at Meta? Like your previous internships, have they helped you a
Uh,
lot while getting it?
no, no. So say I was a software engineer in HSBC for 2 years, right? It does not matter to them. So if you have some experience here in USA, then they will consider it. But I think even if you're coming for MS after some 2 years of experience, you have to do this software engineering internship. You will not get something higher post or a higher level of internship. Okay, but if you do this internship in a good company like Meta or Google, they have like good mentors, and you will be working on like active project. So the culture of Meta is that you have one project, say there are multiple projects, multiple tools they're working on, they're very fast, and then uh, three people are managing, say, a normal small project, okay, and you will be like dedicated to that. So even if an intern, you will be able to contribute a lot like a software engineer. But yeah, they do not for CS, okay, for CS, it does not really check your previous experience much during getting an internship. You will have to apply like a normal student here. Hope that makes sense, right?
Yes, ma'am. And ma'am, how is the work life at Meta? Like,
The work life, good question, very good question. So during internship, you will have a lot of expectations on you. You will have to complete milestones, you will have your feedback, and uh, in a normal time. So it's like, I would say you will have to work. It's not like that you will just okay go for at 9 a.m. and then just complete the work by 6 p.m. and come back to your apartment and do something else. There will be some work afterwards too. You have to kind of because there are some people working in different time zones. You have to kind of collaborate with them. You have to be back and work. So maybe while you will be doing the full time job, that will not be the case. You will have some time for yourself and then you will do your work. But in internship, there are some expectations on you. So sometimes you may have to work a little late. It's not always like 8 hours a day, maybe more, maybe 10 sometimes. But yeah, it depends on you again. So how you want to work. Yeah, that was my experience.
okay, ma'am. And
Yeah.
ma'am, all internships are paid internships there, or you can do like for learning
Yeah.
experience also.
So yeah, Meta was a paid experience, and that would be good if you, because if you say probably took a loan from to go to abroad, uh, it will be good that you'll some pay something from that. But yeah, there will be unpaid experiences. But say you are doing masters for 2 years, right? You will have only one summer in between. So you want to do something with paid, right? You're but yeah, there are unpaid internship too. You can do that as well. And when you are in F1 visa, one more thing is that you cannot do internship just by getting an. You have to have your CPT. You have to do all those processing with university. So uh, you can definitely try go for an unpaid internship, but it makes more sense to do the proper internship during summer, right? Yeah, I feel so.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you. You can proceed.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my experience in Meta, and then when I was in my masters, and in my second year, I started working with my current professor. So I took one of his courses in my first semester, and I really liked that domain. So it was security, and it was security analytics course. So you would be doing attacks and defenses in machine learning models. So I really liked that subject, and I thought I should work with this professor. So I started working in second semester. I really so I have here the group is really good and warm. There I have some great seniors and teammates. So yeah, I thought that to continue to my PhD after my masters um, under the same professor. So yeah, my professor is Berke Chalik, and I work with this PERSEC lab, which is Purdue Security Lab, and it's a group of four professors, and one of them is my professor. So yeah, it's a big group. So my current research interest is I am trying to do security and privacy, trying to look for security and privacy issues in emerging systems like virtual reality or mixed reality. So as you can see, Oculus, HoloLens 2. So I am working on some authentication and some privacy related problems right now. So yes, I am going to work in this domain during my PhD. So transitioning from PhD, sorry, from MS to PhD, it's not like you are submitting a new application and you have to wait for a professor to accept. So what you first need to do, you have to have an advisor that he or she will support you. Okay. You will have to complete your courses and grades requirements by your university. The professor needs to send a letter of recommendation to the department, and you have to just submit a formal petition, and then you will be converted from MS to PhD. So see this. So if you are coming from direct after BTech to PhD, you will have to apply. You will probably, the professor will select among many students applying, right? And you probably will have some chances to get an interview with the professor, but that does not make sure that you will get the PhD position there. So it's a way many people do this. Like first they do masters and they convert to PhD. And there are many friends here of mine, they have done that. Do you have any question on this? Okay. So yeah, I think this were my journey till now. Like selecting the path from NIT to Purdue as I'm a student, then doing some software internships, and then understanding what research domain I should work in. And so this was my journey. Well, I have some more things like I have some advice that while doing or working a lot, just don't miss out on fun. What you can have in an IT. I did not. So this is the left picture, was my first dance performance at NIT in my first year. And the last one is my fourth year. We did some Eastern versus Western uh, from Speak McKay. I was dancing head in my final year. So yes, please take your time, go out, and you should interact with people, learn from them, um, and I would say join a club, uh, work with them. That really matters. Okay, not always like studying. You should have some experiences outside too. And I did not miss out on fun because I had so many friends there and still have them. So yeah, these are like some of the pictures I have taken in NIT, and they're doing great. Like these people, some of them are in there. Some of them are in India. They're and like manager, like they are, and some of them are in senior software engineer and doing working in Google. They are somebody are in USA doing PhD. So yeah, these are my favorite people from NIT. And I think, yeah, that was all from my side. And thank you so much, ECISL, for inviting me. And thank you so much for listening uh, to my stories and my experience. And wish you all the best, I think. Yeah. Now I am like, you can just ask any question. I will be happy to answer.
Ma'am, uh, how was the design project at Kalyani useful?
Okay, yeah, that was useful because I think the fourth year, in my fourth year I was part of that project, so I had a publication from that project. So what I had to do was it was so I was telling that I was connected with the Mobile Computing Network Research Lab with Dr. Subrata Nandi, right? So they had a connection with Kalyani Government Engineering College with a project, and I had to work in NIT only, and then I had to go for presenting my work monthly once or twice to there, and then we would just keep on working. So the project I was working in NIT only, but the collaboration was with them. Yeah, and it helped because with that I could show that okay, I have been working for 1 year almost with them and produce some results out of it. So it's, yeah, you are just kind of leading a project, not like, because at that moment there was no senior, obviously, because I was in my final year and I think one master student. But I was kind of managing that particular part of the project. So you get to learn more, you become more confident about handling some part of the projects. So yeah, if you get something like that, and also I think some of them are paid. So yeah, so it will be good from other side. So yeah.
Ma'am, you were a teaching assistant at Purdue, so how is the education
Yeah,
system there different from here?
very good question. So yes, it's a lot of different. Okay, lot of difference. So in my undergrad at Purdue, sorry, in my undergrad at NIT, uh, like I told that I had a lot of confusions, right? And you guys are doing great. Like you are arranging this kind of talks. So it's good that they should have some experiences from multiple people who have done multiple things, and you'll have more options, right? These things are happening in MIT, but so here what they do, like they come from first year, the students, undergrads, they can work with community partners. They work on a real engineering project and they solve the problems. They work with their seniors. They figure out the problem solutions by themselves, and they communicate like a company. They have all these opportunities here, and I am a graduate teaching assistant there. So there is a epics program at Purdue, so where there are multiple companies or community partners work with students. They have multiple groups, and they work on real problems, real engineering problems. And so I am kind of like mentoring, and also as a TA, I have to grade them as well. So yeah, here and I get to teach them as well. So I teach them some professional development hours. So this teaching assistant experience is a little bit different from normal TAs here. So say I am a TA in computer science department, then you probably have to grade the maybe modify some assignments, grade the assignments, and then take office hours. But for me in epics, I have to be present in each lab. I have to, if they need, I need to guide them, or at least point to some solution that you should reach out to this person and understand, because the goal is that students should build their leadership. Students should build their own way of thinking, kind of. So that we do not have in India, I believe, or maybe it is now. But here I saw this and I really like this, that okay, even if you are undergrad, you do not have any skill, you do not have any programming skill, you do not have any understanding on how to talk with the project partners, you still have an opportunity to do that. So as an undergrad, this is very good, but yeah, it's costly too to do undergrad here. But for masters, you get to like see, I can teach them, right? So you have the contents. You will always have the contents to teach them, but it will be. I think it will be a good experience if you get a teaching assistantship, or research assistantship would be more like you will be working on some project with your professor, or maybe some other professor. But teaching experience, you will be dealing with the students. So if you are doing this kind of experience, you will learn that how students are going. So they have a lot of, like when they graduate, they have a lot of skills too. When they go to the market for job. So yeah, they do it by this. Like people are very dedicated when they're working here, I feel. Yeah.
And ma'am, how is the student life there at Purdue University? Like, is it similar
Okay. So
to
as
here
I
in Durgapur?
so when you are doing graduate studies, so masters or PhD, you have similar type of courses. Okay. Um, you have similar courses. So you will take, so for masters you need to take 10 courses for computer science, and so in PhD you do not need to take more courses after you are done with masters. Okay. You will you will more focus on your research. But so here the thing is, when you are starting an semester, you have a lot of work. So this here you have to complete a lot of homeworks, assignments. You will have projects. So every week you will have deadlines to complete some project. It's not like, but yeah, people here while working also enjoy during Saturday, Sundays. But yes, you will definitely have a lot of work here. So lot of homework, lot of push, and you are taking, suppose, three courses a semester would be very hectic, I would say. Not in NIT. So three courses, you take like 4 5 courses a semester, 6 courses maybe, right? But here, three courses, three grad level courses would be very hectic. People
Okay.
generally go for two or one. Okay, if they want to do some research, or maybe they are applying for jobs, so don't go for three courses if not necessary at all, because you sometimes have to have three courses because maintaining your visa status. So say each course is 3 credits, right? So taking three courses will be 9 credits, and you need to be at least on 9 credits to be full time F1 student. So what normally people do is take two courses and take rest of them research, or one courses or 2 credit, like 6 credits of research. So that way they can reduce the pressure. Because you also have to, like, when you are taking a course, you will try to put all of your effort to it, right? You want to understand it, you learn something new. So yeah, I feel like one or two courses are good. Give you some more time for yourself.
And ma'am, how was your life as a software engineer at HSBC Software Development Prior Company?
Okay, yeah. So that company, I was very lucky to got. I got a very good team. They had a very good project. So I was, so the product that uh, they had a web tool, or it was for the clients, not for the clients, the officers. They would use them for like approving credits to the people. Okay, it's kind of like that. It's not towards the customer. So as a customer of HSBC, like the bank, you will not use that, but the officers will use them. But we had to kind of push that product for many places like Hong Kong, Singapore. I think there was a US one. So we had to talk. So there was a senior manager who would get the requirements for our project. There was a technical manager of me, like who is my manager. She will give me like we will. So I was saying that it is an agile software engineering, so software cycle. So we will be having meeting monthly, that okay, you can select your own topics. Like there are multiple requirements for the next month maybe, so you can select your own story. We would say story, and then we will complete them. So we would have like maybe say we would score them, that which story require, like say there is a story which requires a lot of effort, we would mark them like 10 or 15. So then, or 21, or maybe if it is a very simple story, we'd mark them 3. So many people like would take like 9 or 10 story points each agile cycle, and they would have to complete it. So the I had good mentors. I learned a lot, like uh, as I said, like not only feature development. As a Java developer, I worked for like as a, so for whole team we had to manage the code repositories, right? So I was working as in that, or code management. I was doing batch monitoring. So our product is running right every day, and there should be some maintenance. So we had some time on month, like every month, that we had to put for monitoring that process. That okay, our product is not like there is no issue, that is not broken, people can use it, all those things. So yeah, all those experiences were new for me and were very helpful. Okay, but uh, you can, some other teams I heard may not be that effective, but yeah, as a whole, I think many of my fellow colleagues, they were very happy with the work. But I would say, if you are feeling comfortable after 1 or 2 years and you want to still stay in industry, try to switch teams or try to switch to other company. Yeah, don't rely on only one company, because it's not like you are making yourself comfortable. you will have to learn, right? You have to say you want to gain more money, or you want to take challenging projects. So I would say the better idea if you are staying in industry is to switch the teams at least, or switch the company in 2 or 3 years.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. That's all from my
Yeah,
side.
sure. Yeah, sure. Anybody else has
Ma'am,
any
I have
question? Just
a
to, yeah, yeah,
yes, ma'am. I have a question. That, ma'am,
sure.
how is the domain security of machine learning helpful?
So that course helped me to understand, okay, to know my professor first. Okay, so my so I think in NIT when I was in there, there was no professor who was working in security. That and okay, I think there was people who were working hardware security, not software security. I feel, but maybe now their situation has changed or something. Uh, so I did not have much exposure to security. So that course, I learned that adversarial machine learning. So you get to uh, so you are doing some perturbations, and so that in such a way that we can attack the model or use that model, uh, so the model will accept a wrong result to be positive result. Okay, and that's attacking the model, right? You have it, and you just do some tricks or some perturbations, and you'll make it uh, false result to be okay, this is the correct result. Okay, this is the goal of the adversarial machine learning. And I learned that, and I liked the subject. Then I talked with my professor basically, that what are the research areas he's working on. And that time I also got already got my internship at Meta, and that time people were going crazy about virtual reality, augmented reality. Facebook changed its name to Meta. The and so I felt like I should have that skills. So I asked him if somebody in his group is working on that project, on that kind of project. So yeah, I think that course helped me to get into security, and then to know his group and other teammates, and to understand some more about security. That's the help. At least.
Okay, ma'am. And any career advice for the juniors?
Career advice. So, as I said, that it's sometimes confusing. It was very confusing for me and as well, that what to do. But eventually we'll figure it out. But I would say just try to explore the opportunities you have. Say it's research in NIT, or research, or doing an internship, talking with your seniors, understand uh, their objectives, and then take a decision. But it's okay. I mean, sometimes many things does not work out. Okay, so it's okay. Just go forward. I would say, move ahead.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. And
Yeah.
anybody else? Any questions? Anyone having any questions? So I think there is no more questions. So this brings us to the conclusion of anybody having question? Okay. So this brings us to the conclusion of this insightful webinar, and I would like to extend my greetings to our exceptional guest for sharing such valuable experience and expertise. And I do strongly believe that we can apply all this gained knowledge in our personal and professional life. Thanks to Ms. Mukherjee and all the participants for making this session a great success. Wishing you all continued success in your future endeavors. And with this, Ms. Mukherjee, I would like to present our token of appreciation on behalf of Saisal. Uh, Somebody please show me that. Please share the screen. And this is from our behalf.
Thank you so much, everybody. Really, I really appreciate that you invited me, and I'm very happy to talk with the students and share my experience throughout. So yeah, I'm very happy to be here. And thank you so much for all the kind words.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'm really sorry. And there is like one helicopter is going around all the time. So yeah, if you come to Purdue, there is a Purdue airport, and students can uh like sit on that plane, and then they can also fly it. But yeah, you'll definitely have guidance side, but I'd never tried it because I'm kind of scared.
Ma'am, this sessions get recorded and uploaded in our YouTube channel, so I hope you don't have any objections if we are
No, no.
uploading it.
Yeah, sure. Please post it. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. So, with this, we conclude the session, and thank you everyone for your presence, and have a great evening ahead. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. See you. I hope all the best to all of you.
Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am.